Diversity in the workplace is both a hot topic right now and an important one. Organizations globally are finally talking about representation, removal of barriers, and changes to the workplace that will support underrepresented groups to be more engaged and successful. For many companies, these are serious commitments that they truly want to make a reality. Unfortunately, for others, a commitment to diversity is more of a reputation management tool. They don't want the public to think that they don't care about representation, so their diversity efforts are more about optics than about impact. The problem with a lot of diversity initiatives, whether sincere or not, is that they're struggling with the same sort of challenges. The lack of sustained change, low long-term success with representation, or the inability to retain the diverse talent that they're committing to. Largely, this is because they are making the same mistake in how they approach their diversity, equity, and inclusion. Many organizations, whether they realize it or not, are using add diversity and stir approach. And that's why they're failing. So what do I mean by add diversity and stir? Well, it's the process of increasing the number of traditionally underrepresented people in your workforce and assuming that their presence will automatically produce benefits and achieve all of your goals. Just sprinkle in some diverse talent, give it a quick stir to introduce people, and you can set it and forget it. Harmony achieved. It's staggering how common this approach is pretty much everywhere. There's a good chance that this is the extent of the diversity and inclusion strategy in your workplace. It may not be this comically simplified. It may be layered behind great mission statements and mandatory workplace training, along with giving everyone pride flags and wishing people a happy Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month on social media. But when you boil it down, it's just adding people of diverse backgrounds to the company and stirring in a little training, noble mission statements, and awareness, and assuming that's enough. Now, the add diversity and stir approach is a very visible process. It looks really good in photographs, on social media, and to the casual observer, it seems like a great sign of progress and change. But the truth is, it's only a surface level answer. It's a reputation management tool. Hey, look how committed and progressive we are. Check out how diverse and supportive we are on our social media. But this is a short-term solution at best and a misdirect for continuing bad practices at worst. The companies who are wanting to look like they're doing the right thing, but who really don't want to change, then this is working for you. Congratulations, you're having success with your intentions. But for companies who sincerely want to create change and leverage the benefits that come with a more diverse, equitable, and inclusive workplace, add diversity and stir might be because you think you're doing the right thing. After all, it looks good and it's a pretty immediate course of action, but you might be trying your best, but you also could be doing a lot more harm than good. In a July 2021 Gallup study, they sat down with 231 chief human resource officers to find out why diversity efforts are not working. They found that organizations can increase hiring diversity, but a failure to align inclusion efforts can lead to a talent exodus, as those diverse hires who want a welcoming work culture are not getting the real commitment to diversity and inclusion that they're looking for. The study found that the vague targets, artificial milestones, and lack of tangible incentives or penalties are leading to organizational friction, low organizational buy-in, and unclear responsibilities for the outcomes. The stir isn't working. Bottom line, It isn't enough to add diversity and mix in some communications and cultural and unbiased training programs. You have to change the day-to-day behaviors and practices as well. What this all comes down to is that creating a diverse, equitable, and inclusive workplace is a complex process, and it needs interventions on multiple fronts. The biggest mistake that so many of us are making is looking to address this important but elaborate issue with simple short-term solutions, when the optics outweigh the impact. To change this, we need to rethink how we understand DEI. And instead of starting with the more visible, easy to measure diversity strategies, we need to actually start with the more sustainable but less visual approach of prioritizing inclusion, where efforts are committed to accepting people for who they are and ensuring that people feel respected and that they belong. Now, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about that, I'll put a link to a talk that we have on inclusion at the end of this video. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with us. But for now, take a hard look at the diversity and inclusion initiatives where you work. Is your company prioritizing the visual short-term appeal that is leading to add diversity and stir? Or are they prioritizing creating a culture that supports everyone and inspires people to belong? I think you'll be surprised with what you find. Until next time.